Hello, in this video we're going to be looking at the poem Song by Lady Mary Wroth. In recent years, Mary Wroth has moved from comparative obscurity to something approaching a secure place in the canon of Renaissance poetry, which means there's been a growing appreciation of her skill as a poet, so that Ben Jonson's compliment, "Since I ascribe your sonnets and become a better lover and much better poet," this may now be seen as genuine rather than just a flattery of a patron. Lady Mary Wroth's poem personifies love as a petulant, selfish child. It's written in 5 stanzas of rhyming couplets in trochaic tetrameter. As we look through the poem, think to yourself if you can see any connection between this structure and the main idea of the poem, which is essentially a warning about the dangers of love. Love a child is ever crying, please him and he straight is flying. Give him he the more is craving, never satisfied with having. Well, love, as mentioned previously, is personified as a male child, and this child is always crying, which suggests that love is never happy. The fact that if you give in to love and please it, and he is straight as flying, suggests a degree of capriciousness. Give him he the more is craving, never satisfied with having. Well, this gives us a sense that love has an insatiable desire. In other words, the more love gets, the more it wants. His desires have no measure, endless folly is his treasure. What he promiseth he breaketh, trust not one word that he speaketh. Well, again we have the sense that love's needs are boundless, can never be fully pleased, and that love values or treasures foolishness or folly above everything else. Love appears not to be trustworthy, breaks all of its promises, and basically we can't put any value in anything that it promises or suggests. So we have the use of hyperbole here, imagery along with the personification of love, and on the final line in this extract, that inversion of the normal syntax, who would say do not trust someone or don't trust them rather than trust not, to really emphasize the fact that we can't put our trust in love. He vows nothing but false matter, to cozen you'll he'll flatter. Let him gain the hand he'll leave you, and still glory to deceive you. Well, again there's this suggestion that love is false in its promises, that its promises are insubstantial, meaningless, false. To cozen means to sort of flatter in this context. So love will flatter you, will try and fool you with its flattery, but again it's insincere. The warning in the 3rd line here is if you fall in love, you will be forsaken, you'll be left by the object of your desire, even though you might not be aware of it. So love is untrustworthy. Can't depend on love. He will triumph in your wailing, and yet cause he be he of your failing. These his virtues are, and slighter of his gifts, his favours lighter. So not only will love let you down, but he will actually enjoy the sorrow that he has created. I've got a very ironic comment on the virtuous traits of insatiability, capriciousness, foolishness, and the lack of both integrity and infidelity suggested so far in the poem. So this is an ironic comment. These aren't generally what we would consider to be virtues. And the benefits of love in the face of all this are minimal. His kindness is even less substantial than his dependability. Now, I'm going to leave you with this thought. These are the only lines in the poem that are not end stopped. They don't finish with a punctuation. So why are we linking together these lines? And look at the rhyme here as well, slighter and lighter, something for you to consider. Feathers are as firm in staying, wolves no fiercer in their preying. As a child then leave him crying, nor seek him so given to flying. Well, we've got this comparative imagery in these 4 lines. So firstly, love is no more likely to stay in place than a feather. Love is ferocious, more fierce than the wolves at prey, as we can see in the picture. Again, a rather negative connotation in the description of love in this metaphor. And then we've got this advice, it seems, from Lady Mary Wroth, through the use of a simile as a child, to leave love, as you would leave a querulous child, alone, and especially to avoid those who seem fickle or unreliable, those who would fly from you, leave you, or leave you the victim of infidelity. And this seems to be, in this rhyming couplet, the final piece of advice given by Lady Mary Wroth. Well, I hope you found the video useful. Remember that your own reading of the poem is just as valuable as anyone else's, as long as you can support and substantiate your own reading, your own opinion of the poem, then it's as valid as anyone else's. Please look out for the other videos in my channel, and until next time.